What's good, family? What's good? We are now going to cover the NFC East. We're now going to cover the NFC East, and y'all see the smile on my face because y'all know my boys, my Giants, are in the NFC East. So y'all know I got a whole lot of shit to talk about there. Whole lot of shit to say. Oh my God. Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? The team that I see is going to bring up the rear in the NFC East. I think this goes without question. Without question, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. I like their quarterback as a person. I think guys like him as a person, Jalen Hurts. I think they like him as a person. That's why guys rally around him. But I saw this guy in college playing for Alabama. You know, when you have so much talent, more talent than everyone else, and him lose a spot. I seen him lose a spot in college. You know, I don't know if he's an NFL quarterback. I don't think Philly believes he is. I think they roll with him now because they don't have a choice. You know, they went and got Gardner Minshew, but I don't know if Jalen Hurts can prove for a whole season that he's an NFL starting quarterback. I just don't think he is. They do still have some studs on the defensive end. I do think they'll be able to get after the quarterback. I just don't think they'll be having the situations where they can. And I'm not sold on the head coach. I'm really not. You know, everybody was gone. Everybody's gone. You know, Doug Peterson, Carson Wentz, everyby's gone. Nick Foles is gone. And it's crazy because this team won a Super Bowl just a couple of years ago. It's crazy when you think about it. Everybody's gone. But they're going to bring up the rear. Now let me talk about my Giants. Let me talk about my New York Football Giants. And I got to talk about Dave Gettleman. Dave Gettleman said that he wants to take care of the offensive line. Giants have had a bad offensive line since we won the Super Bowl in 2011. When I look at the guys that have been drafted, you know, from Justin Pugh to Eric Flowers, now Andrew Thomas. When I look at the other three guys, tackles that went in that draft, Tristan Wirfs doing great things in Tampa, part of a great offensive line. He's special. He's at right tackle now. Eventually he's going to get moved over to left tackle. Look at Jedrick Wells, Roll Tide. Now he's at left tackle, part of what is rated as the best offensive line in football. Then look at Mekhi Becton, a monster of a human being, over right across the hall, playing for the Jets. See, the only mulligan I'll give you is you not drafting Mekhi Becton. Is as much as a monster, he's clearly the best out of all of them, in my opinion. He's the most monstrative out of all of them, in my opinion. I'll give you a pass for not drafting him for the fact of his recent history has shown monsterly sized tackles like him, even though he's freakishly athletic, has shown to, within a year or two, they end up having to play guard, no matter how much athleticism they show. So even if you don't draft him, you didn't draft Wells, you didn't draft Wirfs, Tristan Wirfs, you drafted Andrew Thomas. Now I gave Andrew Thomas a mulligan for his rookie year. No, not a great offseason, no real preseason, etc., etc., etc. And throughout the season, he started getting better. I don't know what is it with the Giants training staff or whatever. What is happening when we draft a tackle? I don't know what the fuck it is. This is different regimes, different GMs, different coaches. And I like Joe Judge. I like Joe Judge a lot. I think he is building something. Like I said, this is the time you evaluate rosters. Head coach. I really do like the head coach. But the whole line is terrible. They're fucking terrible. And I see another year where this O-line holds this team back from winning this sorry-ass division. That's what I see. When you draft a tackle, number 4, he should be at least the one shining spot, even in a terrible line. And he's not even that. I just watched that preseason game against the Patriots. Yes, Patriots had rushers and a great defense, but they were picking on him. Oh, everybody got a turn. They were picking on him. That's what it looked like to me. They were really like, oh, you got some of that. Oh, let me get some of him now. Yeah, pass me some of that to me. Like that. That's what it looked like. It looked bad, really fucking bad. And when I see the other tackles in that draft and what they're doing, and I look at the motherfucker that we drafted. That's what I really charge Gettleman for. Everybody's really talking so much about Daniel Jones. Y'all know I wanted Dwayne Haskins, but so far Daniel Jones has looked better than Dwayne Haskins. Let's call it what it is. Them two, I told you, them two are going to be tied. Those two are going to be tied together. The only other quarterback that went in the draft that year that went high was Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray went number one. Giants couldn't have taken him. What all the other guy? What, Drew Lock? You see what he's doing? He's already lost his job. So I'm not actually gonna hold Gettleman responsible for Daniel Jones. I'm really not. You could just look at it, just the facts, people. I'm not a Gettleman fan. Y'all know this, but just look at the facts. But when I evaluate the Giants roster, quarterback, I think can be good with a healthy Saquon. With a healthy Saquon, he can be damn good. With a decent offensive line play in Saquon, I think he could be damn good. We have a plethora of weapons. We just need time for him to get rid of the football. Just need time for him to get rid of football so he can make good decisions, not bad decisions. So every single game, he makes a decision where he'll miss a window or something. Instead of throwing the ball away, he has poor pocket presence. He'll get stripped. Some dumb shit. Defensively, though, I really like our defense. We are devoid of a dominant edge guy. Dominant edge rusher. We're devoid of that. However, we're stout in the middle. I think the weakness of the Giants defense is going to be to run into the edges because you have Lorenzo Carter and Shane Zimenez. They're rotation guys, in my opinion. I don't think any of them are going to develop into a great rusher. I hope I'm wrong. I'm a Giants fan. I want to see them win. I hope I'm wrong. I want to see if the fourth round pick out of, I'm forgetting what school, he looked like he could be talented. I want to see his development. But, no, Leonard Williams got paid, deservedly so. I want to see out of him. I have to caution y'all. I think Aaron Donald has kind of changed the meter for y'all that y'all think interior rushers are supposed to have 12, 13 sacks in a year. I don't think he's going to end up having that. I think anywhere 6 to 8 is more reasonable and more realistic. Moving forward, I like our linebackers. Blake Martinez is quietly one of the best linebackers in the league. And that's saying something because you got a lot of great middle linebackers in the league right now. Tampa got 2 of them. Tampa got 2 of them. Then you got Fred Werner. And there's a bunch of stout line. I think Blake Martinez deserves to be in that conversation. I just don't think he isn't. I think he deserves to be, though. However, I really like our secondary. Xavier McKinney, he has a year under his belt at safety. I think he's a playmaker. I think Jabril Peppers, I think he's a playmaker. Bradbury is a shutdown corner. We went and got another corner opposite him. And Logan Ryan gives us versatility. This guy can cover tight ends. He can cover receivers. He's a great center fielder. He's going to give us versatility with Patrick Graham's defense. I think the Giants have a chance to win the division. It all depends on how well the offensive line looks by the end of the season. Right now, initially, I think the offensive line is going to look bad. Just going to be honest. They opened up the season against Denver. Bradley Chubb is going to go against Thomas. R.I.P. I'm just going to call him spade a spade. R.I.P. Give that kid some help. Get that boy some help. But by the end of the season, I expect better things out of my Giants. I do. And I think in a bad division, I think they have a chance. Now, everybody's so high on the Washington football team, and I get it. I like teams that can get after the quarterback, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to get after the quarterback quite as good as they are. Chase Young is Everything is all out the bag of chips. I think he's that damn good. I think he's going to be putting himself in that conversation this year with Myles Garrett, with the TJ Watt. He's going to be in that conversation. He's going to be that good. And they got studs all on that, a bunch of first round picks on that front line, and they're all beasts. I think what they needed is a superstar. Not all of them are beasts, but they needed a superstar to play off of, and Chase Young gave them that, and that defense is off and running. I don't think they have a great secondary. They have an improved but not great secondary. Their front seven's awesome. Decent offensive line. Schlereth is one of the best guards in football. I think they have underrated skill position players, but Ryan Fitzpatrick has never been reliable. I say this again. Ryan Fitzpatrick has never been reliable. He's never been. Last time he had this situation where everything was laid out for him was when he was with the Jets, and he stunk it up. See, the previous year where there was no expectations, they went 10-6, and they lost and narrowly missed the playoffs because they lost that last game of Buffalo where he threw a bunch of picks. I don't think Washington on offensive end, with him as the quarterback, I don't see it. And then we have the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, this is all about evaluating rosters. This is why at this point in the season, everybody gets high on the Dallas Cowboys, because you just look at that roster, top to bottom. It's like, oh shit, Pro Bowler here, Pro Bowler here, Pro Bowler here, Pro Bowler here, Pro Bowler here. Holy shit, Pro Bowler here. Who's the quarterback? Da 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 da. And it's like, shit, Dallas Cowboys got to make the playoffs. Dallas Cowboys have to win the division. Let me remind you, before Dak Prescott got hurt, they were 1-3. Let me rewind it back further. The previous year, when Dak Prescott played the entire season, they lost to Carson Wentz Philadelphia Eagles, who had practice squad guys at receiver. These are facts, people. These are facts. So for when you look at all the individual talent that they have, I don't like their head coach. I think their head coach has shown that. I think Mike McCarthy has shown that it was more Aaron Rodgers than it was him. Hell of a lot more Aaron Rodgers than it was him. I looked at it as a 50-50 thing, that he was a great coach, he had a great quarterback. It's looking like that was a great quarterback with great offensive talent carrying an average coach at best. That's what it's looking like. Everybody's saying the defense is going to be improved. It has no choice but to go up. And the fact that Dak Prescott has had his physical issues with his health, his shoulder, and he's coming back from the ankle, and I don't think Dallas is going to be as good as everyone says they're going to be. I don't. I just don't. I think this division is up for grabs. This division is up for grabs if my Giants can get decent offensive line play, and the fact that Coach Judge is going to be using different units, and as unconventional as that is, this is a Belichick thing. He did that last year and had success. Found something that worked, and he stuck with that. He just didn't have the offensive skill power to take the division when they needed to, and then Daniel Jones ended up getting hurt. That's another thing Daniel Jones has to do. We just went from Iron Man to Eli Manning, who never missed games, and Daniel Jones in his 2 seasons has already missed games in each year. Now we got a 17-game season. Can you give us a full season, please? If the Giants' offensive line can hold up, I'm not saying I'm a Giant fan, but I'm just saying, just being realistic about what has happened in this division these last couple of years. I don't trust Ryan Fitzpatrick. And if the Giants can get decent offensive line play, they can win this division. They can. That's my take. Send me the like, send me the comments. It's your boy Urban Sports Guru. I'm out. Salute.